Now for the bed. It burns!
Welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. As always, I'm your host, the Xful Vapor. To my left is it's backwards. Right over there. It's the one, the only Foo Baka, and right down there below me is the Master of Blasters, Master09.
Welcome.
Ooh.
You forgot to call him the border of warranties.
Woo!
Master,
y'all?
are you in the garage cutting stuff tonight?
Yes. My dad still has my camera.
Are you cutting cheese?
Oh, yeah. That too. Always. If you're not, that means you're holding it in, and that's not safe. That's a threat to national security.
That's right. So I gotta why is my screen mirrored? Or my camera's mirrored tonight? The hell?
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I haven't. It was trying to turn itself off and on again right before the show.
Windows is being a dick. They're like, yo, install your updates, bitch.
Yeah. It's just like, okay. It's totally Microsoft, too, to be all passive-aggressive about it. Like, okay, you want to do that? Oh, how about mirror your things then, huh?
At work with the people who use Macs, they're like, it just shuts off randomly. It's like, you have 6 gigabytes worth of Apple updates you haven't done.
Got him.
Like, anyone who's on the Mac knows that, like, you know, the smaller updates are like what, 200-300 meg a piece at a time.
Yeah, they're pretty small until you get the big old
6
patches.
fucking gigabytes.
That's a lot of gigabits.
Yeah, ultimately, fucking all the process. Eventually, everything just stops. Fucking yeah. It's tragic.
And obviously, they accumulate right into bigger patches, just like Windows does. But if you let them go for a while, they accumulate.
Well, the problem is that when you update other shit like individual programs, you're not updating your OS eventually. But this is what it's like when worlds collide.
It's true. And the last couple of major updates to OS 10 is they usually don't require a restart. I mean, my laptop is routinely up for a month or two at a time without needing a restart and without having no patches to install that require one. It's just very un-Windows like, right? When
It's almost like you know the confines of how to use a Mac. The problem is,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
My thing is that when I leave the house, I turn my computer off anyway, unless I need it on to remote in from work.
okay.
You know, if you want to hook up your outside internet and remote in and maybe play some stuff.
Yeah, some stuff. Yeah.
But hey, Toonie, what up?
What are you cutting tonight, Massey? More fall stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Halloweeny stuff.
Halloweenies.
Yep.
Nope.
Well, shit. I mean, you know, our local freaking Publix is already bringing out the damn pumpkin beers. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's still summertime.
Is that right?
Don't do that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're bringing it out earlier and earlier. I remember
It's fucking bullshit.
when I was in Massachusetts for doing Enjoy business. This was like sometime in August. It was mid-August. And, you know, New England is Dunkin' country. Fucking love Dunkin' guy. They had the signs up for pumpkin coming next week. And I'm like, bro. Like pumpkin iced coffee. And I mean, look, their pumpkin donuts are good. Okay. So
It's
Those
still
are
way
good.
too fucking hot outside for pumpkin anything, man.
Pumpkin donut, dude. I eat Boston creams during the summer. Get off my dick.
Oh well, yeah, donuts is different. I'm talking about beers and
Oh yeah, for sure. No, like sugar is sugar to an extent, but it's like pumpkin iced coffee. Like, yeah, you're right. It absolutely. I have to smell wood burning stoves and shit, you know, to
yep.
feel right.
Oh, I mean that's like one night in my garage cutting. I'll send you some more pieces if you need to.
You're gonna bless these hoes
You
again?
still, do you still smell those?
Oh, fuck yeah! I got them in
True.
the living room.
Did you
like
end up
usually
putting
do
that up?
when I do my thing, when I'm like on the phone for work and not on Zoom, I have my earbuds in and I just do the walk back and forth.
Take a sniff.
No, so I have them in my living room. I'll just pick one up and I'll just give it a little
True.
Baltic birch. Mm-mm-mm.
Did you ever put that sign up?
The letters? No, I don't know. I don't know like where to put it and what kind of message I want to. I just want to, you know.
Could you imagine? Bring some chick home. She sees that. She falls in love with him.
Hoes?
He marries
Yeah, I
her.
got two, bless these. I got two more on the way.
Amazing.
Uh,
Amazing. I mean, I'd send one to Angsty, but he's got kids, so.
Well,
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
well, actually, no. Maybe he could just say it's about my gardening equipment.
Angsty, what'd you think of my crackhead video?
Your crackhead video?
You haven't seen it?
No.
God!
Yo, link this man.
I-
Just watch it right now, because we need to get your live. You can. Well,
I'm
I don't know
eating
if
right
you
now,
should show
so try not to make me choke.
yeah, I don't know if you should play it on the air. I think you should just wait. But
Yeah, you know, we'll wait until after. Sorry. Guys.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
the one who the chick who took out your mailbox, was it? I saw that.
no.
Okay.
That was
This is
hilarious.
me. This is me doing mass Madden
Yeah,
on
it was
some
Mass Madden
crackheads.
on the street
Was that right?
with the Zoom and everything.
with the Zoom and the kids in the car. So that was fun. I'm not gonna give too much away. He just needs to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely need to check that out. I'm behind today. On
Yeah.
the old chats.
Yeah.
Tomas is asking if anybody's tried the new Windows.
Yes.
11? No.
Yes, I have it running on a machine in the freezer, and not too shabby.
Yeah.
A little bit Macky.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like fucking Windows 10 is very Macky.
Yeah, I know.
A bit.
So,
Like the Shield, Vic Mackey. Boom. Deep cut.
but yeah, I mean, so far,
Did they
doing all
ditch,
right.
did they ditch the start menu yet? Is it still doing start menu things?
well, yeah, I mean that's the main Mackie thing. It puts the whole start menu in the center, kind of like a launch bar.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
I run my
But-
Windows like I ran my Mac OS, which is having my taskbars on the left, and I've always liked that.
Yes. My doc's
Yeah.
on
I
the
mean,
left.
granted, I switched back to it, but
This one's in the middle, but you can move it and do
you can
stuff.
pretty much replicate your old UI.
Yeah.
That's
right.
all I really give a shit about.
Obviously, you got to have TPM modules. Good luck finding one for not scalper prices. So, most newer machines will be able to do fine. But yeah.
So that's the way I run. I think way back when I first started running a Mac in 07 or whenever they went Intel, I had my dock on the bottom because I don't think I knew back then that you could move it around. I left it like that
Yeah.
for quite some time until all of a sudden one day, A, I saw that you could move it. Maybe I saw somebody else doing it or something. But B, when I saw that, I was like, well, it makes a lot of sense. Your screen is wider than it is tall, right? So in order to maximize your screen real estate. Yeah, so I threw mine on the left. I never looked back. That's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
Got myself a 4K monitor since last week.
Oh, yeah? How's that?
Great.
Yeah?
I wanted to get a 32. I got a better deal on the 27, so I went with the 27. Basically,
You got a
same
Dell?
exact-
You get a Dell?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Dude, you're getting dull.
So originally I was gonna get the 32-inch.
Yeah, like the ones I got.
Yeah, so I ended up getting the 27. You know, it's basically the same exact style as my 2K 27-inch with the quarter-inch bezel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it ultra sharp?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that's the U series.
Okay. Hey, look at that. Spraying for mosquitoes.
And it does have HDR. Not as much HDR as like a more premium like gaming 4K monitor, but it's enough. I just like the more real estate, the pixel density if I'm watching something downscaled or what have you. 4K porn is disgusting in my opinion.
You get to see all the juices.
And emotional scars.
Yeah, I would think so. What did you just say?
I think I even saw a student loan statement in one of them.
Damn, son.
Too detailed. It's just too much detail.
No, that's like the meme now. Before it was you strip to pay for college. Now you're
Right.
on OnlyFans to pay off your student loans.
Does Gateway still make machines? Addie says. I don't.
I fucking hope not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember seeing that name in a while.
Dude. We had Gateway machines, like they're better. You know, back when they stopped making that ugly, god awful aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
That I learned how to edit video on Gateway computers, and they were fucking terrible. They were supposed to be good, but that was like the school throwing my department, like the video department, a bone.
Mm.
It was like, oh, okay, my 5-minute film, 6-minute film is done. Let me hit render. Oh,
See you later.
I'm back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hated that shit.
That the Dell that this PC is running is a 27. It's a pretty decent display. I was glad you guys told me about it because I would have not known that Dell had picked up a lot of slack in the display environment until you guys mentioned it. It's been a good one.
I thought their premium shit was always good. It's just that even like their mid-level stuff is good too now.
Mm-hmm. And it's the screen's a little harsh white. It's a little bright. But
Do you have the sRGB color setting on yours?
I don't know.
Because that's like honestly the best preset color thing I've used. Because what I like at least about the Ultra Sharp, they have the U series. The color quality is fucking amazing.
It's at a disadvantage though because it's sitting right to the right of my Mac display, my Apple Cinema, and it's just fucking gorgeous. So it's at a disadvantage. I bet if this was by itself, I probably would love it, and I still use it all the time. In fact, I was just watching a YouTube video right before we went live here, and I was doing it on this instead of that because I was working on that still. So it's not bad. It's just a little bit harsh.
I'm just sad Apple's like, no, we're not going to make cinema displays anymore.
Yeah.
Their margins couldn't have been great on them.
Yeah. I think they linked to an LG display or something now on Apple.com.
Yes.
It's bullshit too. It's not that great.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. I had to buy one, and it was like it's a
Great.
5K.
You bought one for someone at work, right?
Yeah, it was a 5K,
Yeah, it's a 5K, yeah.
and it's not.
There
Meh.
are comparable monitors that are just as good.
And aren't $2,000 or whatever. they're charging
Well,
for it.
no, there isn't any comparable monitors that are just as good that will run straight daisy chaining Thunderbolt.
Right.
Oh, right. That's true.
It's the only one that can do that. Meaning powered and
So you could daisy chain USB-C to USB-C?
right. So I can go right out of a MacBook Pro into the monitor, bada bing, bada boom, good to go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were going to tell me Macs support multiple monitors.
Well, they used to. My
Oh,
one.
no,
for-
the only way it works is if like my Dell. Actually, no. Shit, I don't think I have it on this one. Hold up. Flashlight. Where you at? Because my old monitor
Uh-huh.
has like DisplayPort, HDMI, and I think it has an MDP as well. But it also has a DisplayPort out, so you can daisy chain and extend displays. That might I don't know if Apple still supports that.
Oh, whoa, hold on.
Negative. I do not have it on this monitor. I mean, I never use it, but it's just I like that option, flexibility on the display. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
All right.
Why'd you say, hold on, wait a minute?
I said, hold on, wait a minute, because I just pulled up Apple.com because I was going to check the price of that at LG.
Mm-hmm.
They've got their own display again.
Really?
It's $5,000.
Oh, shit. Well, then.
No, admittedly, it looks gorgeous, and it's 32
Oh, yeah,
inch.
that's right. No, yeah, they have their displays. I remember that. Yeah, but they're like $4 or $5 That was...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that has the $1,000 stand. The stand itself is $1,000. It's like $999.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for a fucking
granted-
aluminum stand.
Granted, it's 32 inch, and granted, it's 6K, but still.
Mm-hmm.
And the nano textured glass version is $6,000.
Mm.
That's fantastic. It's very Apple.
It's because it's got nano in it.
It's got nano. Nano means more gooder.
Yeah, till she says, "Oh, you have a nano penis." It's not. It's no gooder now. Throw that shit in the trash. Oh man.
Oh, Mark's key.
Yo, what up, Marksy? Addy. So yeah, I guess we were just talking food. I didn't realize Apple had put out another display, so it's not the LG one anymore. Now it's a $5,000 6K that they've got on their site with $1,000 optional
He has
stand.
one.
Granted, the stand looks cool, but it's not $1,000 cool.
Yeah.
I'll just stick with my decade-old other one that looks great.
Non-Visa mountable.
It's got a Visa option. It's $200.
That's what I mean. Not worth. Not worth.
Dude, you're charging $5,000 for a display, and you're gonna charge me another $200 for a Visa mount?
Oh no,
Come on.
no. I was talking about the original cinema display. I know you had to get like an adapter. You
Mhm.
get like a clamp for it if you wanted to mount it.
Yeah, no, this has just got that,
Like,
that L. the
Fucking,
L
you had to
stand.
clamp it to a piece of rebar because they're so fucking heavy.
Yeah, it is a stout beast, that's for sure. I traveled with it one time. I was gonna be out of town for like 2 weeks, and I was gonna have to work half of it, so I brought my display with me. That was significant.
Oh, so you're like that woman I saw at Panera that one time who was literally setting up her iMac at a table. And not, yeah. And not like in a booth because there are no outlets in the booths. I was like, word.
Hey, yeah, I respect the game, I guess.
Have you thought about buying a laptop?
Yeah. No. Oh, back to what we're talking about the multi thing. I think I griped about this a little while back on the show. Is my 2016 MacBook Pro? I've got running its own display, and the Apple one, and this 27-inch display, all at the same time. It's great. I use it all the time. And the newer ones don't.
Dude, you could power a RAID off of Thunderbolt 3.
No, it's not. I had to get was the mini HDMI or whatever that. I think that's the cable. I'm running that an adapter to a HDMI, running it out of that thing, but still, that's some bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, I wanted. I got the hankering for some chips and salsa, right? And I had those good Julio chips that I really like, and I ran out of salsa. So I went to my pantry, I ate there's just a little bit left. I went in my pantry because I thought I'd seen some in there, and I looked, and somebody has left a bottle of this, which is Pace restaurant style.
Nice.
It's garbage. It's like tomato water.
Wait, you're supposed to say New York City.
Yeah, New York City. Yeah, no, it's literally water. Like it's the most ridiculous. I was trying to eat it with a chip, and it's just runs off. I don't know what kind of restaurants they got in New York City or wherever.
Dude, no, you have to do it Encino Man style. You have to just stuff your mouth with chips and knock it back.
I've done that before. Though I'd forgotten that was on
It's
Encino
the old
Man.
fucking Hershey syrup, throw down some milk. I don't know. It's the same concept
Same
to me.
idea. Yeah.
Making the same, making the party in your mouth.
So yeah, restaurant style salsa. This sucks. Nobody buy it. I don't know how the hell it ended up in my pantry, but yeah, it's good. It's going to be exactly what you're saying. I might as well get like a shot glass or something.
Well, hey, be glad you had that instead of regular fucking plain tortillas.
Right, instead of just
yeah.
Except for the chips that I get are great. They're good just by themselves.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about the Trader Joe's tortilla chips. They're yellow corn ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I just like, oh man, I'm out of salsa. That's when it gets dangerous. That's when it gets dangerous.
Yeah.
The problem is if you have good tortillas,
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna fucking eat the whole bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
as our own measurement of serving a chup's worth.
yeah. Yep.
There's a chuff serving, and then this is a serving for Oreos. I love this unit of measure.
As far as you can reach right here. Yeah. I even took the finger. Oh, speaking of finger tucking, which is kind of a weird segue that I was not anticipating making.
Your butt.
Yeah. I was watching a guy on YouTube, and now I got to remember how he did it. That's how he did it. Okay. So it was totally unrelated. It was about pew pews, and this guy was talking about something, and whatever the context was, which I forget. He said he did 3 of something, right? And instead of holding up the way I would normally do 3, like this, or possibly that, right? Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't do it like that.
This
I do it.
or
I do
this?
it.
Well,
I do. I hold my index. I don't hold my index and my thumb together, and that's 3.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
learned
that's
in
one
life
of the
that-
yeah. This
Yeah,
or
this gets this is what you do when you three-peat in sports, right?
right.
Yep.
Or if you're white supremacy.
This is also less confusing to people in my experience.
right. So that guy did neither of those things.
No. Well, I know. Oh boy.
So he very like in the middle of his conversation
Go ahead.
did this. He held down his pinky and his thumb.
Oh, what the hell?
I have never seen anybody do this. It took effort for me to
That's
be able
weird.
to do this. And I can
Wait,
only do it
hold
with
up,
my
hold
left hand. I cannot do it with my right hand. Like it doesn't work.
Hold up.
I can't. I can. Okay, there. I finally got it a little bit, but my ring finger's curling. It's weird. Like, and he did it multiple times. He's like, I put 3 rounds in the chamber or in the mag or whatever it was. Just did this, and I was like, who the hell does this?
Okay, I thought. See what you just did. I thought that. So if anyone's read 100 Bullets, I thought that was the logo of the thing, but it turns out it's just the hand, and I think the thumb is tucked. I thought
Just
both
a
were
little
tucked.
tuck. Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much about it, but basically like the Freemasons, if you will, in that work.
Okay.
So I just looked it up, and I'm like, no, it's like the thumb's tucked. I was telling Mass.
The opposite, Marcy, because I don't try this. I don't know about you, but this hurts my hand. Like my pinky
Yeah, I
cramps
know.
after a second. Like it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's got arthritis.
Hey,
I
you
think
wanna see
quite
what
the
the-
opposite.
You want to see what nerve damage looks like?
Sure. That looked like me trying to do this thing. I can't.
No, I straight up, I can't I can't finger gun with my right hand.
You can't. What can't you do with your right hand?
I can't finger gun properly. I can.
Oh, you can't do this. Oh,
No,
you can't
no,
do
I
it with
could
two
do
fingers.
this. I can't.
You can't
Yeah, I
two
can't.
finger. Okay.
No.
Okay. I gotcha. Anyway, that was a total. I know that was totally random, but it was something really that weirded me out the other day. I was like, "Who the hell makes three like this?" Now that said, Masty, if you want to talk about a guy that would make me look small as a thick human, this guy is he's. I mean, he's got guns. He's very strong. He's clearly built, but I have a feeling if I stood next to him, I would look small. Like he's just thick. It's like every part of him is just big. And I imagine his hands are quite a bit bigger than mine too. And I was thinking maybe that's why he can't do that, because I can barely do this. Like getting your thumb and pinky to meet up all the way over there. It's not easy.
This one hurts. I could do it, but this one hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't feel nice, but I can do it. That's why I typically will do that or that, because it's just easier on my hand to just tuck that because it's right there. Anyway, it's one of those things that like, it's interesting because I've now had conversations with multiple people and asked them, how do you show somebody with your hand too, right? You do this? Do you do this? You know, what do you do? Do you do this?
Who the fuck does that?
I don't know, but like, there's all sorts of combinations you could do.
Baseball.
Right.
Two outs. You do this, you get fucking yelled at.
That's right. You get this guy, right? Which, if you can curl them and waggle them, a buddy of mine and I, we used to do this. He would get on the one side of a big room with lots of people and go, "Ant head hands, ant head hands," because it looks like an ant head. Plus, it's kind of fun. Anyway, so yeah, I've talked to a bunch of people like, how do you do these things? The other thing that I find interesting that's kind of weird and quirky personal like that is like how you do certain letters, like your pen strokes. Because there's some people that make it very differently than I have always done, ever. Like they start in a weird place and they go backwards or whatever. Like even making like an X, like, I start top left, go to bottom right, and then start at the top right, go bottom left, right? That's how I make an X.
Oh, I go right to left with my X's.
You go right to left? Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying that everybody's got these little weird things that they do differently, including pen strokes. And I find it interesting to ask these things of people. I don't know. People are weird.
Or the people who write the fancy lowercase a's with the V's.
Mm-hmm. I don't do that.
That's a weird one. I never had. That was never in my like. I'm actually like, I'm terrible at writing those a's. I never did. I never learned.
You mean the ones that are kind of like a backwards six? Yeah.
What about when in side chat when people try to do that with their fingers? You can put that up.
Oh boy.
Whoops.
I think I have to think that was part of the joke.
Yeah.
That too.
Surely. Yeah. Hold on, I'll get it for everybody else. 1 sec. Oh crap! I thought I had my. Oh, you know what? It's because it closed. I had to restart Chrome and it closed my incognito thing.
Careful.
I almost quoted the Ludacris album.
Yeah, you almost did.
It was really close.
I heard it. I heard what you were doing. I mean, I could, it's got one of those things where you kind of start hearing it fade in the distance. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Life is like a nature call here in Noveville. I'm gonna stop singing.
Oh, and speaking of which, next week you'll send me with new ink.
Next week, what?
Another one. Getting another one.
You getting another one?
Another one.
Not the one we were just talking about beforehand. That you're going to go down to North Carolina to do, right?
No, not that one. No. I don't have any coconut water. I'm out.
You're out.
I'm probably going to the stove after the show.
Robert Reagan, that is also something that I have noticed. I have always been fascinated by that ever since I was a kid. I always did, since I'm the only southpaw in my family, and because it's the thing that's just always interested me, right? So all the books, I used to read all the books and stuff, and I've found, based on personal experience, so not necessarily, this is totally anecdotal, but I have noticed that all the people, or not all the people, there's a predominant number of lefties in extremes. So like, I've met extremely intelligent people. There seems to be a disproportionate number of them that are lefties, but also a disproportionate number of special people. I've met some very beautiful left-handed people, like seemingly kind of weird number, and also some very unfortunate looking. It seems like there's like a lot of outliers for whatever reason in the lefty camp, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I also have noticed that they tend to congregate, and by they I mean we. I've been at a couple different companies now that's like an under 20 person company, and that's pushing 50% lefties, which is weird, right? Because we make up like between 8 and 12% of the population.
One of my buddies from college, he's a lefty. He is one of the most disgusting nail biters I'll ever know.
Nail biters, huh?
Bad.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. That's.
He also can't throw.
Oh,
like he's all right, but like, you know,
it's always really sad when you meet a dude that can't throw a ball.
Also, I mean, you're pretty useless in the infield unless you're in first base. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is it? Right field, and maybe you could play center if you're lefty, center and right.
Yeah. You that used to be more of a thing because they suspected my uncle was one, Rob, for the same kind of thing happened to him. They basically beat it out of him when he was a kid because it was the 40s or 50s.
Me and all my
or whatever.
siblings we're all righties. I'm the only one that does do anything left-handed. Like I played like hockey. Naturally, I played hockey left-handed. I can swing a bat lefty. I don't mean I can make contact. My jump shot is left-handed.
Is that right?
My jump shot is left-handed, but my better layup hand is my right. Yeah.
That's pretty unusual.
Yeah, it is. Well, I never really had, like, you know, when it just naturally developed that way. Because I think when I used to just shoot when I was a kid, before I had any, like, jump shooting form, I just felt like I had better accuracy. I don't know, just subconsciously. So when someone started showing me, I was just shooting left-handed.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Mowgli's saying first place needs to throw to third sometimes for a double play. Absolutely, you got to throw, but the lefty has got the right hand reach too. So if you're playing first, you're a little closer, right? So you're going to catch the ball a little bit faster, and also you can still. You
can throw inside the base path, turn a double play.
Yep. Or away from it, or whatever you need to, or whatever. Right? They just got a little bit more flexibility on the right in the first base, which is why I often would play first when I was playing ball.
But it's that much harder if you're guarding the line because you have to reach across your body to.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now you can do that on third base, but then you have to
turn.
You have to turn to throw. Yeah. Yep. No, the biggest benefit for being a lefty is in baseball. First base, okay, but pitching, right? We got a good advantage of pitching, and then racket sports.
You can get by with mediocre stuff in the bullpen.
Yeah, and then racket sports, you got a little bit of an edge in racket sports because everybody's used to playing to the other way, the other hand. Boxing, sure.
Well, then again, there are righties who do fight southpaw.
Yes, for that reason, right? Mm-hmm.
Some also feel comfortable that way.
Right.
It's also like your fighting style. Like, do you want to lead with your jab hand?
Right. And it was Nolan Ryan switched, right? Towards the end of his career. Didn't he start throwing lefty at the end?
No,
Did
I
he?
know he could throw lefty, but I don't think he ever pitched lefty.
Oh, is that right? I had it in my head they did. Maybe I'm
No,
wrong.
he just put fucking 80,000 miles in the same fucking shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Impressively.
Oh yeah, I cannot golf lefty. I've got no practice in doing that. I've always golfed right. That's
Oh,
that's
I
one of
can
the few
putt
things I do right-handed.
I can putt left-handed.
I might be able to putt lefty, but not with a swing.
Mark, that's cut. So the big glove, the catcher. So those are signals. That's for what he's gonna throw, right? And if you're the batter, you can't look down, and if you look down at the catcher's fingers, I believe that is an out. Like, that's just
Is that right? I didn't know that.
you're not allowed to do that. So yeah, so basically it's like it's a code system basically, because you have multiple sets of codes, right? Because if you let a runner on and he's on first base, he's going to be relaying your catcher's signals back to the batter, right? It's about code. It's like half of it is a spy game, baseball. It's about knowing what's coming. That's why the Astros thing was a big fucking deal, because they cracked codes and were letting them know accordingly. Or if you're on second base, you have like the absolute best vantage point on the catcher. And so you have to change it up depending on the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a whole profile, right? The pitchers and catchers work together. They know the batters, they know what they like to hit, they know what they don't.
Oh,
like to
and the
hit.
base coaches. There's a first and a third base coach who are also telling the batter, like, don't swing. He's going down the way. So
Right.
there's like a lot of checks and balances that happen that you're not privy to unless you know the game a little bit.
Mm. I always liked all the hand signals, all the coaches and the base coaches and stuff were, whole
Fucking Mr.
nine.
Burns. Not until I tap my belt. Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Thrice.
I don't know what he's talking about. I can sure go for some. Was it potato chips? Potato chips.
Potato chips.
Got it? Yeah.
So I was going to talk about that. The other thing I was going to mention is I did a thing to my house. So I've always said that I did not like the idea of putting like a whole lot of home automation stuff in. But even a step above that, I didn't like the idea of having one of those speakers that listen to you and talk to you. So the Googles and the Alexas and all that stuff. And that was only reinforced when that happened to you, Masty, all that stuff that you found on your Alexa.
Yeah, this was a few years ago before, it was really widely known that, by default, and of course, I'm sure things have changed, but by default, it had kept offsite on Amazon servers anything that it listened to.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't say, "Hey Alexa,"
Yeah.
or "Hey Echo," or anything like that.
Right.
And there was finally, after submitting a request, that they made it available to where you could go listen to all those recordings and actually bulk delete the recordings.
Right.
But it was scary. It was ridiculous, and look, I get it. Like, I'm in a forum right now talking about cameras, and talking about how government contractors now can't install like 90% of the cameras that are out there because they got Chinese chips in them.
Yeah.
And they're doing all these things. I'm like, you know what? That's a joke, because all of these fucking government contractors, they're doing all their business on iPhones and fucking Samsungs.
Yep. Right.
Like, what? You're freaking taking pictures of your ball sack on your freaking phone, and you're worried about the cameras that are going to be put up at a location because the Chinese are going to see your videos. Like,
right.
I mean, I get it. You know, government contracts stipulate certain things, and they have to. But good luck finding 100% made, reasonably priced American camera.
That second part is important, right? The reasonably
Good
priced
luck,
one.
because we all know fucking government contracts don't go to the highest bidder.
Right.
So.
Right. So all that said, I decided recently that I didn't like the solution that I had set up in my garage because it didn't integrate with HomeKit. And because of that, I had to buy a HomeKit base. And so I bought one of the little HomePod mini things that Apple has. Because I figured if I had to have something in my house like that, it wasn't going to be Google and Amazon. I'd at least pick the one that's pretty decent with privacy. And I'm probably going to turn off the Hey Siri thing, right? So it'll at least just be the hub, and that's all it does. But I did set that up, and I've got the module for my old garage door here. Probably gonna put that up tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be nice, I think. And the big push for it is because when I'm on my bike, it's a pain in the balls to stop and get my fish my phone out of my friggin' pocket and like try to find the friggin' app and hit a button, and it's just a pain in the butt.
So that HomeLink has one that you could set to location.
Yes, that was one of the automations for the HomeKit thing. Is you can do stuff like that too. So for geofencing and whatever, you can do triggers on that, and I'm hoping that's gonna work. If that doesn't work, I think it works on your watch. So at least then I don't have to dig my phone out of my pocket. I can just hit something on my watch.
Robert Reagan made a good point. You can use an iPad as a HomeKit hub.
You can, but my iPad's not always in the house. I don't really want to have to leave it in the house. So like if I go out of town, my iPad's going to go with me.
Yeah. You could get a cheap iPad and or get an old one and use it as a HomeKit hub by like an old gen.
That's true. This is cheaper than any cheap iPad. The little minis are like $99 or something, and I stuck it in my kitchen, which is nearby my garage, and it will also do I can use timers and stuff in the kitchen like that would be kind of nice. Anyway, so it's got a couple different functions that the iPad wouldn't do. But yeah, that's certainly true, Horror, and I think I saw something a while back about that.
That's what issues I'm dealing with Roku. Roku is one of the few smart TV companies that actually fight for user privacy data.
Yeah.
They're tussling with Google right now about keeping YouTube TV on their store. Like they pulled Google Play off because they didn't want to give them more user data.
Right. And to Massey's point, that there's been a couple instances that I've seen that these smart TVs that are making their way into people's homes that have mics in them that aren't supposed to have mics in them, and then the only reason anybody knew about it was some geek took it apart and said, "What the hell is that?" right on this board.
Yeah,
mic. Now, is it supposedly disabled? Yeah, it's supposedly disabled, but who knows, right?
Also, you have to make sure that the unit itself is disconnected from your network because that's the big thing. As long as it's not connected to your network, that information is going nowhere.
Hopefully, unless they've got hacking software built into the TV to get into your router.
Well, the problem too is that, man, I loved Samsung TVs, but I recently got a new one, and the fucker didn't want to do anything until it was online. I'm like, no, fuck you. I don't want to put you online because I want to be able to see what IP you grab so I can put your IP in the pie hole so the pie hole fucking shuts your shit down.
Yeah.
And holy smokes, it did not want to fucking. So I ended up just connecting into my neighbor's Wi-Fi, letting it do its thing, and then going back. Whatever.
Perfect.
You can hotspot. You could hotspot it to a phone too, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah. It just takes a long time.
Yeah, because I have a work phone for that reason.
Oh, Rob Reagan just said that that is interesting, and I don't think that's commonly known. iOS 15, the next iOS that's coming out, Siri is going to finally be all local to your device, so it doesn't have to be making web requests, even though it's anonymized or whatever. that it's going to be a lot
More
supposedly
so
be a
about
lot
the ease
faster.
of use and smoothness, right?
Mm.
Because sometimes Siri's a cunt and takes her sweet ass time.
It's
letting me
true.
know something.
Yeah, every now and then you do get a lag for sure. As when you've got poor network performance for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to do now is, if depending on the fallout with Roku, with the people taking their shit from the store, I'm going to be looking to buy an old Apple TV.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I haven't needed one in a while because Plex and YouTube and all that kind of junk that I do out on my regular TV, I just do it on the PlayStation. So I haven't needed another Apple TV in a while. But if that thing ends up dying, and it keeps acting like I can die, and since I can't find a freaking PlayStation 5, I might need to buy an Apple TV at some point.
Yeah, because Rion's got them all.
God, no, freaking Rayon's got all of it.
I'm really surprised he didn't offer you to fucking sell one to you. Like, come on, dude.
The nice thing about it is he's pinged me a couple of times telling me that stuff's in stock. I just haven't been able to snag it. Even when I'm watching it and like trying. It's been ridiculous. Oh, you running the beta. Cool, Rob. So my phone I use for work, so I haven't I never install a beta on my phone until it comes out golden. Because I can't be without my phone for something happens.
My thermostat does this in my house.
What was that?
Some people talk about having an iPad set up with the thermostat on. I'm like, my thermostat does this. It fucking works.
Yep. Does it have a little mercury switch in it?
I love those. Those make great bump. Never mind.
Yeah, when growing up, a couple of our houses had the little mercury switch thing. It's fascinating. It's awesome. That's really slick.
Oh, iOS 15's beta?
Yeah.
Oh, my work phone's under my pillow. No, I ain't getting it right now.
Oh, the 4K one changed your mind, huh? That's cool.
Oh, and actually, that's the thing. The reason why I may want to get a new one is because they actually have a decent remote for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the previous Apple TV pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can always use your phone.
I don't want to use my goddamn phone.
Yeah. Well, the only problem is the little Apple TV remotes are like that big and like this.
That's fine, but so long as I can do this and look at the TV while I'm doing my thing, you know how like us boomers fucking do. That's what I like about my Roku TV. It's like I have YouTube set up on it. I got all my shit set up on it, and I can navigate everything with the remote.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spend less time on this motherfucker.
Fair enough.
Or I'll set up the iPad on the coffee table, but even still, I'm gonna stop to figure out how to use it with my feet when I want to get up to change a fucking channel. But it's like, yeah, that's what I like about having your remote. It's nice.
I'm pretty sure that's why why parents in the 80s had kids, is so they could get up and change the TV for them before the clickers.
Yeah, we were the remote.
Yeah, we were the remote. That's right.
There was an episode of Sanford and Son where Lamont gets a TV. Or is it Brett? I forget. But they're saying like, "Oh, it's got a remote control." I just remember it looked like a fucking guitar pedal had a wire run to the TV before. I was just like, man.
The only thing to make that cooler is if it had P9 on it for a power switch. Clack, clack.
What is so nasty? What type? The guitar pedals that have not like the buttony switches, but it has like the literal like thing that fucking hurts to step on barefoot because it literally is just a metal post and it's like a very like
Yes.
What switch is that?
That's like a fucking. That's like a mini. I call those the mini bright headlight pickup truck buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the old pickup trucks had the fucking
on the floor.
masher on the floor.
Yeah.
To turn the high beams on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Pretty sure that like some of the first TV remotes had those switches.
Just about.
Yeah, they're fucking hard.
But yeah, like dude,
the thing, they're just stompers, right? So
yeah, and that's what I fucking hate because when I play guitar, I'm not always wearing my fucking shoes. In fact, most of the time I'm not because I'm probably not gigging.
Right.
Like I got my floor pedal set up. Sometimes if my fucking feet would hurt from work, I have to have a flip flop on to stomp.
Yeah.
That shit hurts.
They're stout.
It's one of like the least satisfying actions of any Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk. but they're cheap and they're durable.
Durable, yeah, that's the big thing. Is they're durable. I put up with a rock and roller stomping on them all the time. One of the very first remotes that I saw when I was a kid in the 80s was my buddy had one, and it was an old TV. My family didn't have any of them, but his dad had this TV. The remote was about that big, about that thick, and it had two buttons that were toggles. Like it was a button on either side, one piece. And when you pushed it, it clicked.
Yeah.
It's channel up and down and volume up and down.
You know what I do like? That same, like I have an MXR distortion pedal. They have those annoying flip switches, but the tone switches, they're like the little tiny, like little nipples you can flip. Those feel nice to toggle back and forth. The three-way switch, because it's like a very, very skinny, like round, like metal lever, and you just.
Come on, Festy. There's no way that makes you feel old. Everybody knows that's the old way the shit was done. Now, my parents.
I'd like to go a week without Festy feeling old. Fuck.
I mean, that's the old way shit was done. I haven't seen one of those cars since like 1990. I was pretty young.
I saw there's a dude who lives like on the other side of the train tracks, like on the other side of the subway tracks, who has two Porsches, one in red, one in white, like the Scarface fucking Porsche. I think that was cool. With the pop up and down headlights.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with that song?
No. I don't think so.
So
Mass knows about pop up and down headlights.
yeah.
Okay.
So speaking of that, Angsty, did you see my post this morning about the guy at the dialysis center?
Yeah, I did. I did see that.
I'm like, what is going on?
Bro, that was so fucking baller. I love that.
I'm like, I gotta find out where the fuck that noise is coming from. I'm walking around. I hear boo-doo-doo.
Bro, that's like perfect investigating music.
I'm like, what? Where? And then sure enough, dude gets out. I'm like, damn, son, playing that Mr. Cow.
Damn, boy.
He's from Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. I think Mr. Cow's he's from the Bayou, to be honest, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, Louisiana, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always cool when somebody local kind of breaks out. Like I was staffed in Atlanta. I was there for every week, every freaking Monday to Thursday for a couple of years, and that was right when T.I. was coming out and stuff. Like so you'd hear some stuff there, and then you go home, and then you start hearing them there too. It's always neat when you hear a hometown boy pick it up.
When his second album came out, that shit was huge everywhere. When I was in Houston in the summer of 2006, that was like peak Mike Jones, and that is all I heard when I was down there.
Who?
Mike down.
Who?
Mike down. So Silk the Shockers from there too.
Oh, yeah?
I think C Murda is also. The names are great because so you got Mystical, whose real name is Michael Lawrence Tyler. Then you have Danger. Watch yourself. Then you got Silk the Shocker, which real name is Vashon King Miller.
Mm-hmm.
You got C Murder, whose real name is Corey Miller. Master P, Percy Robert Miller, known as Master P.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Juvenile, Tyrius Gray.
That's a dope name.
Yeah. Petey Pablo, named Moses Barrett III.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. I just saw a picture of Trick Daddy. What the fuck happened to him?
Fried chicken. But no, straight up, he literally eats the exact same way he did when he was 20 years old.
That's
His
crazy.
food, I forget where. I think it was like on someone's Instagram. He was cooking at someone's barbecue. I'm just like, bro, I want to eat Trick Daddy's food.
Was he singing fried that chicken?
Right? No, but
His name is Maurice Samuel Young.
if you look at what Trick Daddy cooks, you understand why he looks the way he does. His food looks so fucking yummy.
Well, that's just it's like Birdman. Like, what the hell, man? Freaking, it's just crazy to see these guys 25 years later. You're like, what?
I mean, to be fair, Birdman looked 50 when he was 20.
Yeah, that is that is true.
I
Brian
can't do the
Christopher
Birdman
Williams.
faces.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, you can't. I can't.
It's like
either.
it's part this part bitter beer face.
Part some sort of lustful eyes or something. There's a weird thing with the eyes too.
Holy shit! So did you? I don't think I've ever seen Snoop Dogg's real name.
Oh, wait! I know it. Calvin Brodus.
Yeah, Calvin Cortazar Brodus Jr. Middle name is Cordozar.
Cortazar. I did not
Yeah.
know that.
Isn't that an anti-inflammatory?
It sounds
I think so. I think so.
So you rub that
Yeah,
shit on
Cortazar
mosquito
injection.
bites.
Cortazar injection.
And of course, the best one of all is Lil Jon, Jonathan Smith. Yeah.
What?
Manny Fresh, fucking.
There's a handful of people who, just on the merit
You need to look
of
up
one
Pastor Troy.
weird thing, they just got mega famous, and he's one of them, right?
That's right.
Freaking Lil Jon is, he's a ridiculous human,
Yeah.
but he says what really funny, to his credit.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Chappelle that really got him.
Oh, 100% made
Yeah.
it a meme.
Yeah.
Because that Usher song was fucking. Wait, no, did that come out later? That came out later.
Did it?
Yeah.
He was on. He was on a couple things. Same kind of thing though. He was just like a featuring sort of thing on a
Yeah,
couple
what I
tracks.
mean is like he just got more features doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody needed that Lil Jon action in their song after that. For a while, anyway.
Time has not been kind to Young Money. Birdman Weezy will win by time. Lil Wayne in particular.
Yeah.
Like I said, Birdman has looked 50 since he was 20. So
Yeah.
yeah, Lil Wayne looks like, I don't know. There's so many fucking memes of various old women he looks like. It's
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't a great. I mean, he's kind of a funny looking dude to begin with, but he did nothing to help his cause.
No.
Damn, man.
Look at
Busta
Keith
Rhymes.
Richards,
What
just like-
happened?
And he shot himself in the chest.
Busta what? Busta?
I said Busta Rhymes, man. Holy cow! What happened to him?
I haven't seen him.
Got
I haven't
old,
seen a
forever.
fizz. Yeah, dude. He's looking like
Yeah, he looked like he was serious about giving me some mo.
Yeah, he is.
Oh
Wow.
shit, son.
Yeah, dude. He got some mo. I mean, there you go. That's a great one right there. It's crazy, because I'm like, I haven't seen these dudes' faces in like, 10, 15 years. I don't freaking
I saw
know.
Busta Reese. He was on a radio show. He did a freestyle. I don't know, in the last few months. He still got it.
Do we?
Dr. Dre
Well,
looking like he's gonna read a freaking Allstate commercial.
But yeah, no. Fucking Busta can still go a million words a minute.
Well, he deserved to, Rob. Rob just said T-Pain recently talked about how he went into a deep depression after Usher said he ruined music with autotune. And he kind of did for a while.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
if
that's a problem. T-Pain can actually sing.
And that's the other thing is that
That's
if it wasn't T-Pain, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah, it
absolutely,
would've been.
absolutely.
You know whose autotune kind of annoys me sometimes, Mast? Travis Scott.
Sure.
Hmm.
I think the problem was that people didn't believe that he could sing. and then he fucking came out with some
Put out
songs
his
that
raw
he-
tracks. He
Yeah.
put out his
Yeah.
own shit.
and people were like, "Oh shit,
Right.
the dude can actually sing." And the thing is if you know how to sing and you're putting stuff out, there is auto tuning that is done without it being
Auto tune.
auto
Like
tune.
auto-tune,
Like
auto-tune, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
forced,
Yeah,
right?
like,
To,
like
to
what's her
have the
face? What's her face?
have the tone
Lobotomy.
change, right? Like have the tone change in the middle of the song where you force that auto tune to correct and make it sound all fucked up. But
Basically, it's like sound moves like this, right? Auto tune basically does it goes that.
yeah,
I think, right? I think that's a pretty simplistic way of putting it. Like, it's weird.
Exactly like that. That's what I think.
It's like pitch shift and modulation kind of.
Mm.
Actually, you know what y'all should look up? Now, I've said this before, granted it's been a while, so I'm gonna renew my dislike that's gonna come from saying this, but I'm not a huge fan of Rush. Right?
Right.
Can't do it.
Getty's got a very
Um,
polarizing voice.
However, someone pitch shifted Working Man by Rush, and
Yeah.
it sounds awesome.
Yes.
It's pitch shifted and slowed down. It sounds like fucking they collab with Black Sabbath. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Did I show that to you?
I don't think you did, but I have heard some of their songs. I've heard him being bit shifted a little bit. Maybe not Working Man, but I've heard other ones.
Yeah,
Because-
Working Man's dope.
Because that, I mean, his range is just, it's a little off-putting. That's all there's to it. But the thing is that they're amazing musicians.
And that's the thing, even when I was into prog, I couldn't really do them either. And
Yeah.
ultimately I got tired of a lot of progressive stuff. Not all of it, but not, a good portion of it.
Yeah. Well, he kind of like went into it like face first, right, Rob? He was saying it's weird how T-Pain got stuck with all that auto-tune rep, right?
Well, yeah,
He
and that's
leaned
the-
into it though, right? I mean,
T-Pain,
right,
T-Pain had a fucking auto-tune app when I was in college,
yeah,
bro.
I remember that.
for sure.
Yeah, I am T-Pain. That was honestly the one app worth paying money for then. I think it was like a $5 app.
Mm.
That and the hip hop air horn. That was free.
Yeah. Well, don't forget the vuvuzela also.
Yes.
No.
Please let's forget that.
No, that was the best.
Oh god, that year.
You know what it sounded like?
was
It sounded
awful.
like it was like harmonizing weed whackers.
Yeah.
Like
Didn't some places ban them?
Oh,
Like, they
for
straight
sure.
up fucking
Yeah,
mad
whole stadiums
banned 'em.
banned them. Which is, and they even had like funny little signs and stuff, like like with the circle with a slash through it, like no vuvuzelas.
Which World Cup? That was 2010, right?
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, 2010. It was in Brazil.
Yeah, because football
When
stadiums,
Brazil
all
got-
that kind of stuff, they were all banning them because
2014 is when Brazil got fucking. I don't know. I was gonna say butt fuck. Yeah, I guess I could say it. I got butt fuck because I thought my Yahoo app was broken when I was looking at the score because I was working at the vape shop that day
Mm,
and we were supposed to have the game on the TV and of course it wasn't working.
right.
I was like, no, it's not 5-0. What the fuck? And then I see fucking people. I see out the window like people like pissed off in Brazilian soccer jerseys who left the bar they were at like before the first half was over.
Right. Yeah. Got smoked. So, oh yeah, there's the box. I meant to get this out. So yeah, this little sumbitch is. We'll see if it's useful. I'm probably mostly going to use it for the garage, and maybe I'll pick up a smart thermostat or something to hook up with it. We'll see. That might be kind of nice to adjust some things on the fly.
Ask Rion. He set up his whole Apple HomeKit thing
Oh, did he?
together. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, Rob, that's what I mean. So, like, as musicians, all three of those guys are ridiculously talented. They're all like PhDs, right? I mean, they're all super smart, well studied, well read, and talented. But their lead vocalist, it's got a voice that some people just can't deal with, and I can understand it for sure. I didn't like them when I was a kid, and I was all about Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and all these like old, even at the time for me. Sorry, Festy, they were even for me old at the time, and really none of my contemporaries really were on it, right? But I just loved it all about it, and I wanted to like Rush, but I just couldn't do it for a while. And then it finally, I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it Roll the Bones that it got a hold of, and that's what finally did it? Something like that. Whatever it is, I finally started liking them, but it did take a while. And even so, I don't sit down with multiple Rush albums. And
I
go
just,
into
you know,
end. It was
I've been listening to a lot of Beatles since in the last few years, actually.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd listen to them, and I was like, now it's more so like I'm just doing more in depth, more reading about them. Like I went, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum had an annex,
Mm-hmm.
and like in Chinatown, I went and saw it when I was in college. It was so whack.
So wow.
I mean, there were cool parts about it
yeah.
until I got to the section of his art films with Yoko.
Oh right. Don't talk about that. It's sad.
It was really bad,
Mm.
and that's when I was like, it is time to go drink.
So my dad was from that era, and the Beatles were definitely a part of me growing up. I enjoy them, but there is something that made them better. And I don't know if I've ever said this on the show or not, but so back in the days of sharing music, we'll put it that way, right? So,
Careful,
Yeah.
Metallica is listening.
so ignore me for just a minute, Lars Ulrich.
I downloaded Metallica the other week. Remember? While I was
Lars,
sitting in Spain.
Lars, enter the room.
Hey guys, what are you guys talking about?
Nothing. You and your enormous calves.
I'm
I
gonna
used to-
fuck you
I used
up.
to do a good Lars impersonation.
Anyway, so back in those days, I found it wasn't too long after that or whatever. I found it was probably maybe 2010, so I guess it was petering out at that point. But I found a guy that gave me 2 albums of a DJ in I think Boston or something that mashed up the Beatles and the Beastie Boys. And it's
I've heard those.
it's one of the most amazing things I've ever heard in my life, and I still listen to those 2 albums to this day. It's called the Beastles, and if you can find them somewhere, you've got to go find them. They're so good. It's so good. Like probably 80 to 90% of the songs, they match up so well. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. If you like either of those bands or both those bands, you will love them. The Beastles from DJ BC was the DJ's name.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a particularly hot take, but it's like, yeah, the Beatles are really fucking good, and obviously, like, they're kind of known that way in history. But it was just like people. I just sort of feel like some of the detail in their history kind of is lost over time. But and also just how fucking depressing why my guitar gently weeps of a song is, because that was like the beginning of the end of the Beatles.
Yeah.
And also like the rise of Eric Clapton. For those of you who don't know, he is uncredited on the song for the lead, but if you know anything about guitar, you hear that guitar, you know it's him.
You know exactly who that is.
You know exactly who the fuck that
Yeah.
is. That's why I love him. That's why he's awesome. That's why he's one of the best.
Yeah, Clapton is
It just makes
unarguably
me-
one of the best guitarists of all time, for sure.
It also just makes me like wish and like, man, I should have done more collabs with Eric. That would be
Yeah.
dope. I think George wrote that song too.
Did he?
The
I didn't
Brains.
remember that.
George wrote a lot.
Oh,
George and Paul, man, those are my guys.
I just got notification that YouTube is having problems, and oh, okay, we're back up.
Kill it quick.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us for this week on the Plumes of Hazard and our live stream, lifestyle podcast, whatever we're calling it these days.
Yeah, boy.
As eclectic as ever. We enjoyed having you around. We hope this helped bring a smile to your face and talking about some weird shit. You guys have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe.
Hey, yo.
Deuces.
Bye.